Good morning, and welcome to the First Unitarian Church in New Bedford. I'm Deb Carmel. I am the church treasurer, and more importantly, I am the person who invited today's speaker, Brenda, Venice. We are a beloved community of people who believe that everyone is worthy of respect, science is real, the democratic process is a sacred thing, that we are all part of an interconnected web, and that the light and energy that we share and put out makes a difference in the world. We are people of purpose. And if what you hear today resonates with you, we hope you'll consider becoming part of this way cool family of seekers and keepers of this long dream that is our church. A few housekeeping pieces. If you are new here and would like more information about our church and its activities, there's a blue card in your pew, I hope, and if there isn't, come and find one. And you can fill it out and put it in the offering basket, and our church administrator will get in touch with you. Please join us for coffee hour after the service in the parish hall, which you get to down that door on the right. And we are live streaming this service, so when you tell us your joys and your concerns, please share only what you want the world to know. And always remember, for those people who are watching online, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and it is accessible through our website, www.unewbedford.org. And last but not least, please put your phones and electronic devices in worship mode. So it's time to light the chalice. Is there someone who would like to help with that? Mary, will you perhaps assist? We have a reluctant lighter. Okay, Mary, it's over to you. And with the kindling, it's okay. We usually have a few eager people want to light a match, so maybe next time.
I don't see any matches.
There are matches. What do they do with them? Oh, they're over on the podium. There's also, right to your right, there's also an electronic one, but I could not make it work. So, you know, didn't work. Do those work?
Oh, I broke it.
With the kindling of our flame, we recognize the fragility of life and our own vulnerability as we navigate the challenges that always seem to come. May this light remind us of the strength we possess as individuals and collectively as a community to lean into and respond, finding our way forward together. The opening words today are by Roddy Bell Shelton Biggs, used by permission. Open the book of life. What do you see as you flip through the pages, soaking it all up? Where is the joy, the pain, the hope, the loss, the love? Now close it tight. Place your hand over your heart and pause. Then open the book of life again. Pause once more. Remember, beloved, be vulnerable and begin again in love. Come, let us worship together. Our opening hymn is number 123, The Spirit of Life. And I think I have a hymn in here somewhere. now is time that we greet one another. Take a few moments to say hello to the people who are near you and introduce yourself. And we'll remain standing to read the covenant that is in your order of service. Okay, are you ready? We come together as a religious community upholding freedom of conscience, right relationship, and the inherent worth of all people. We value our diversity and pledge to care for one another in the spirit of compassion, to speak and listen to each other with respect, and to promote justice and kindness in the world. And you may be seated. And now is the moment for our RE teacher to come and give us a story.
Good morning, everyone. My name's Mari. I'm the religious education teacher. So any children that would like to come with me to the back afterwards are welcome to do so. We usually do that right after we do the lighting of candles for gratitudes and sorrows. That's what it's called, right? Yeah. Okay, so I have two things to share with you today. First, we're going to have a little switch up on the book. The book that's written in our pamphlet today is not with us in the church today, unfortunately. So we're going to read Be Strong instead. And then I have a special little treat to share after that. So, Be Strong. Written by Pat Miller and illustrated by Jen Hill. Kayla scrambles to the top like it's no big deal. When she gets there, she laughs and flexes her muscles. I don't reach the top or laugh. My muscles keep me stuck at the bottom. I'm not strong. Some days I can't even lift my backpack. Other days, simple things seem too hard. My family says being strong gets you through life when hard times happen and things don't go as planned. So I ask, how can I be strong? Dad says being strong means showing up, like when our neighborhood wakes up early to help people who have lost their homes. We're tired, but everyone packs and carries. We collect clothing, cots, and canned food. When I see how we can help, I don't miss sleeping in. Mama says being strong means speaking up, like when she sees a corner that needs a crossing guard. She asks city leaders. They say no. But Mama knows she's right. She talks to friends and neighbors, even the mayor, then asks again. Grandma Z says being strong means not giving up, like when she started running. At first, she barely jogged a block. She worried people would laugh, but she keeps going. Day after day, block after block, even when it rains. I want to be strong. So like my dad, I show up and explain our math packet to my friends, just like I promised, even though it's a perfect day for playing freeze tag outside. Like Mama, I speak up. When I see kids looking lonely at lunch, I want to help. I think of an idea and tell my teacher, the principal, too. Then we make a special table so no one sits alone. Some kids say it's weird, but that doesn't stop us. The table says, make a friend. And like Grandma Z, I do not give up. The first time I play my accordion, it makes screeching sounds. My ears hurt, my eyes water. I don't think I'll ever get it, but I sign up for the talent show anyway. And each time I practice, it sounds a little more like music. Dad says being strong means knowing you can make things happen and turn nothing into something. Like when I want to dress up as some of my heroes, I decide to reduce, reuse, and recycle. So I look around and use my imagination. It's harder than buying a costume, and it's not perfect, but I make this happen. Mama says being strong means moving forward. Tiny steps are fine, she says, as long as they take you in the right direction. When I decide to write 100 thank you notes to strong people, it seems like so many, more than I could ever do. But whenever I give one away, I'm closer to my goal. Grandma Z says strong people care and sometimes cry. They help people and let other people help them. That's why when Kayla offers me a hand, I take it. I don't reach the top, but I get higher than before. So I say, I am strong. And when I'm not strong enough alone, I can be strong with someone else. Like Grandma Z and me, when we each take a backpack strap, flex our muscles and lift, together we'll keep going strong until everyone is showing up, speaking up, and never ever giving up. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to share with you is a few weeks ago, the children up in the Way Cool Sunday School recorded their own self-affirmation audio recordings, and we're going to do this again today, but I wanted to share one of the recordings from the children, and so here we go. Hopefully this will work.
I am cool as ice. I am a good artist. I am strong. I am good. I make good choices. I am lucky. I am loved. I am wealthy. I am loyal. I'm an entrepreneur. I am smart. I am an amazing person. I am an architect. I'm aware. I am a great friend. I am a big influence. I am enough.
So the children chose the affirmations that they felt spoke to themselves. And so we're also going to have the children set up a little recording studio today so that any members of the church community that would like to record their own audio can come into our little recording studio and do so. So, okay, that's it for me.
So now is the time for the children in the congregation, having listened to our story for all ages, to go with Mari upstairs into the Tri-Works where they have a setup for kids to be together and consider childlike things, and their parents can go with them if they choose, or they can go with Mari, who will be helping them, and it will be fun. And now it's time for us to have a chance to share our joys and our concerns that have been happening in the past week. And we'll light a candle for those who have a joy or a concern.
morning. I'm Eileen. I've been reading a book this week that's absolutely fantastic. It's called White Fragility, and it explains, it's written by a middle-class white woman who's got, you know, all the privileges of a white person in this society. And it explains to us exactly what racism is all about, and helps us to see that being white is also a race, and the characteristics that go with it. So I highly recommend this. It's White Fragility by Robin DiAngelo, if you're interested. Thank you.
Anybody else? Can you come up?
I cannot come up because I'm our newest family member, 6 weeks, and we are so glad to be back and introduce the new member of the congregation.
Okay, Amanda, then Ashley, congratulations.
He's 6 weeks, so
So,
most of you know how long you were waiting for.
and what's this child's name?
Aaron Edward Barlow.
Aaron Edward Barlow. And what is his birthday?
It was the 31st of January.
31st of January. Congratulations, we're so proud for you. Candle. Yeah. That's definitely a joy. I'm also lighting this candle. I can do it. No, I can't. Too prickly. All right, I'm gonna try one more time. Oh, I know how I can do it. This one's an important one because we're lighting it for all of the people who need support of their health. So that's for all of those people. I'm also lighting one other candle for the joys and the sorrows we keep in our hearts, and one more for the people who do not yet have a place to share their joys and concerns. Yeah, I could set this whole place on fire. All right, I think that is it. And now we will have some music. Thank you, Randy. And now, in your order of service, there is a responsive reading. And if I will read the plain text, and you will respond with the words in bold text. And let's just make sure that we've got them. Yes, thank you. Lean into it. Okay, so I'm hoping that what's printed on my piece of paper, because I don't have the right part in the order of service, is the same as yours, so hopefully it'll work out. God, teach us to consider also how others experience the world, to understand how my reality and their reality are different, and yet they share qualities of the same core desire. Teach us to love into brokenness, to give space for, to be patient with healing. Give us courage to face judgment, scorn, and hatred because of the greater good. Give us the strength, God, to keep feeling empathy even when we are tired and broken. And now is the time for us to spend a few moments in meditation and prayer. Our prayer is called Gentleness in Living by Richard S. Gilbert. Be gentle with one another. It is a cry from the lives of people battered by thoughtless words and brutal deeds. It comes from the lips of those who speak them and the lives of those who do them. Who of us can look inside another and know what is there of hope and hurt, or promise and pain? Who can know from what far places each has come, or to what far places each may hope to go? Our lives are like fragile eggs. They crack and the substance escapes. Handle with care. Handle with exceedingly tender care, for there are human beings within, human beings as vulnerable as we are, who feel as we feel, who hurt as we hurt. Life is too transient to be cruel with one another. It is too short for thoughtlessness, too brief for hurting. Life is long enough for caring. It is lasting enough for sharing, precious enough for love. Be gentle with one another. Since our speaker will be considering mental health, I give you a classic description of depression, written by William Shakespeare for his character Hamlet. He says, "I have of late, but wherefore I know not, lost all my mirth, forgone all custom of exercises, and indeed it goes so heavily with my disposition that this goodly frame, the earth, seems to me a sterile promontory. This most excellent canopy, the air, look you, this brave o'erhanging firmament, this majestical roof, fretted with golden fire, why, it appeareth nothing to me but a foul and pestilent congregation of vapors." So if you're not depressed, I hope that you will rise and sing together hymn number 88, "Calm Soul of All Things." And now is the time in our order of service when we ask you to join in supporting our church financially, as you already do spiritually and emotionally. And for those of you who are unable to come to the church in person but would like to make a donation, there's a donate button on our website. And now I'd like to introduce Brenda Venice, our speaker today. Brenda is the director of the Bristol County branch of NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness.
Good morning, everyone. Let me start by saying, okay, how did I get involved with NAMI? Well, I had a mother that had mental illness, a brother death by suicide, and 2 adult children with mental illness. So what I did was I joined NAMI, and actually what I did was I gave back to my community. How more of someone knowing more about mental illness than myself? So what do? I teach families how to deal and cope with mental illness. I have support groups. I did have them in Fall River, New Bedford, and Taunton. Because of COVID, I have to do everything online, which is fine. I have it online. I do educational meetings monthly to educate people about mental illness, how to talk about it, how to get help, how to make that conversation. What else do? I give the libraries brand new books to read about mental health. How important it is to know about mental health, to not be afraid to say I have it. For if you have that conversation, people tend to get help, the help that they need, which is desperately needed in this area. I fight for beds, more Taunton State beds, more services, better services for our people, housing, all that kind of good stuff. But what I say more than ever is never, never be afraid if you have a family member that has mental health. Remember, your brain is part of your body, and what happens is if people get help, then they seem to be okay. I'm not saying they're not out of the hospital and medication, but it's much better. The thing is that we have to teach our young people, our schools, about mental health. If we can catch it early, it's better for them when they go to college, in their first year of college. But what I say to people now and then, and more than ever, never, never, never be ashamed. Come out and say it. Talk about that conversation. Get the help the people need so we don't have our people in our streets and in our woods and in our jail. And that's the most saddest thing possible, is for me to get more help for people so they're not in our streets and in our jails. So I come here today to talk about mental health. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. I'll be doing all kinds of community conversations. The libraries will have displays. That's in New Bedford, Fall River, because I have the whole Bristol County. And I work with a lot of providers. I work out of my home. I volunteer 24/7. I do not get paid anything for me to do in this mental health services. And what I say to you is, if anybody does need it, I left some brochures and some information about mental health. I'd be more than happy to help you out if you have a loved one, whether it's your son, your daughter, your grandchildren, yourself. I left brochures for people to read. If anybody wants to read anything, I just email me, namibristolcounty@comcast.net. I'll send you some books. Okay? Thank you very much for inviting me here today. The service was lovely. The music was very calming. And thank you again.
Thank you, Brenda, and thank you for the good work that you do. And in our closing hymn is going to be number 298. We're going to sing 3 verses only. Now my senses and hear the earth call, feel the deep power of lying in awe. Keep with the web of creation your vow, giving, receiving, as love shows us how. Wake now, my reason, reach out to the new. Join with the pilgrim who quests for the true. Honor the beauty and wisdom of time. Suffer thy limit and praise the sublime. Wake now, compassion, give heed to the cry. Voices of suffering fill the wide sky. Take as your neighbor both stranger and friend, praying and striving their hardship to end. And our closing words: go forth into the world in peace, be of good courage, prove all things, and hold fast to that which is good. And we usually listen to the postlude and then leave, but if you have to leave, do it quietly. Thank you.